at herself as to why she's in a relationship, she's also projecting that anger onto him. Now, don't get it twisted. He deserves to be called out because he's a liar and a deceiver. But I'm saying that your anger really is about yourself and about you feel like you've betrayed yourself by staying in this relationship as long as you did. You didn't need to be in here. You did not need to be here.
It doesn't matter. He didn't complain until we were like, how many dates in between? Until he's collapsed my cheek from here to Sunday. From here to Sunday, he's collapsed it, he's done whatever, right? Still didn't tell me.
When you asked...
So, baby, that's what you... So, she said, until he's collapsed my cheeks from left to right. So, sis, the sex is good. This is what you're here for. Let's keep it a buck. We're not going to lie. If the sex wasn't good, you wouldn't have been saying the way you said it. Because he's collapsed your cheeks from left to right, that's why you still stayed. You betrayed yourself. You betrayed yourself. And you allow good dick to turn you into a prick. Yeah, you allowed good dick to turn you into a prick. You let the cheeks do you dirty. Because of Python, you're now in a marathon. Think about it, darling. Wazoo. Because of Python, you're now in a marathon. Why? Because you in this situation, it's happened. Yes, he's clapped some cheeks. It's great. It's amazing. You found out his age. Now his age is this. Sis, why continue the relationship? It's based on deceit. And if the relationship foundation is based on deceit, it will be deceit that will take the relationship down again later on. The very thing that has caused the foundation to be shaky is the same thing that will bring it down. Don't let Python turn you into a marathon. You understand what I'm saying to you? Yeah?
When you asked him about his age, did he come clean at that moment or did he continue to deny?
Listen to this.
He continued to play down.
Wait,
He
one
played down.
second. I need to know the difference between denying and playing down.
Okay, he didn't
What do you mean
deny
by
it, but he
playing
didn't
down?
actually admit to it either. He didn't deny, he didn't admit, but he didn't admit to it either.
Guys, we're gonna have to listen to each other. So you didn't lie.
So he actually didn't lie. So again, look at what we're saying again. So you're angry at someone else for putting you in a situation, but actually, reality, he didn't even lie. He didn't even deny it. He just played it down, and then you called it a lie. Look at the escalation you've brought to the table. When you're not able to be honest with yourself, when you don't want to be honest about your participation in the relationship and your participation in why we're in the place we're at right now, you will always be angry at the wrong person. You're angry at the man. You're angry at this person. You're angry at this person. Everybody except you. And do you feel you have the right to be angry at them because you're misplacing your anger and your frustration and the betrayal that you feel onto them? When really it should be dealing with you because you have made a choice and a decision. He's collapsing your cheeks, doing Python to marathon, and now you're in a situation, you've confronted him. He hasn't denied it, he just downplayed it. And you're telling us that he downplayed it, he didn't lie, but you told us when you started, oh, he lied. You see, you can tell that false narrative to yourself because it makes you feel good about the decision you're making. Oh, the reason why we're here is because he lies, a liar. He's this, he's this. The reason why we're here is because of him. He's the problem. Without no self-awareness.
He played it down.
It's deceitful.
I think she's being sensitive, overreacting. She made it a big deal. It's not that deep. It's really not that deep.
I'm very pissed off of Shawn. I want him to completely be honest and just take accountability for his actions.
This session went is just not even.
It's just better.
Amen.
We can avoid this in the future, right?
The truth
And bear in mind as well that you're dating someone that's slightly older than you and you're dating someone that's slightly younger than you. So you're in two different places in life. What else is the issue?
Okay. Let me tell you something, because it gets worse. It gets worse. I can tell you it gets worse. So we going to jump into it because it gets worse. It gets worse in that situation. He lied at first about his age. We're not saying that he didn't lie. We're saying when you confronted him, though, he didn't lie again. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So he lied originally about a hinge, but when you confronted him, he didn't lie again. He just downplayed it. So we know the first lie is the hinge, but when you confronted him, you now knew. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So the lie didn't continue past that point. So at that point, from that point when you knew that he wasn't 28, you had to take accountability for whatever happened after that, and you didn't. You wanted to stay in it, and then you want to blame him. And it's like, no, sis, he's done his job. yeah, you've confronted him, he told the truth. At that point now, you got to make a decision. And the decision you made was not the one that you needed to make.
What else is the issue apart from just the lie and the age situation? What else is on your mind?
Ask him. His big head is the one that brought me here.
And I said this before, both couples here, they do the exact same thing. How she just insulted him, ask him, his big head brought me here. Look, when you get to a point of insulting each other, you're at the contempt stage. At the contempt stage, you are in what we call, I don't care about how I disrespect you, but I'm going to disrespect you. At that point, toxicity is number one, and that relationship is no longer healthy. When we're in a place where we begin to insult each other and emotionally, verbally accost each other, we are setting ourselves up for a very nasty fall. This is how relationships get very toxic and very dangerous, and people get very much hurt, both emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. It can happen too. So you don't want to be in a relationship like that, where you're being so devalued from both sides, where you're insulting each other to that point. It should never be. It should never be. It should never be. No. We shouldn't be. Our language should not be so loose in a relationship. That will not help your relationship recover. Not at all.
I need someone else to be a mediator. She's a bad communicator. She shuts down when I try to speak to her.
Hypocrite.
Like, she just shouts all the damn time.
Is there a reason for that?
I don't know. You need to ask her what the reason is.
Is there a reason for that?
Like,
And my thing about Shawn is he acts like he's so cool and so calm and collected, and he's so good. Shawn, you're part of the problem. Stop going on like you're not part of the toxicity. What I don't like about Shawn is he behaves as if I'm not the issue. You are part of the issue. Okay, girl, you know you're the issue. I know you are the issue. You are part of the issue as well. Your behavior, okay, your behavior is problematic. It's problematic. So you can't sit back there, arms all like, I'm just so cool. Like, it's not me, it's her. Like, she's a problem. Daga, 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 daga. And you're part of the issue. You're the reason why we're here.
like, it's not making no sense.
I just feel like with Shawn, he just doesn't hear me. So yes, sometimes I get frustrated and I shout, but that's only because when I get to 10, he doesn't know how to bring me back down. Just help.
Pause it right here because it's going to get interesting, right? It's going to get real interesting. Okay, so this is going to get really interesting. I'll tell you why it's going to get interesting, because what she's about to talk about is going to be very interesting. Okay, so she mentioned something really, really interesting here. She says when she talks to Shawn, she feels like he doesn't listen. I think this is really important. I think it's really, really important, because when you deep it, right, if what she's really saying is, for me personally, what I heard was, I haven't been heard, or I haven't been heard out in a relationship format or in my past life. And my childhood. Because what we know is that her mom and dad, we don't know where they are, but we know that she's only close to her auntie. So this tells me that she probably hasn't been seen and heard from her parents, and that's where the real anger is stemming from. So when she gets triggered by Shawn again in the relationship, when he doesn't listen to her, that's where her anger's really coming from. That's where her frustration's really coming from. And I'm sure with Shawn too, if we went into his background, would find something that's very similar as to why he's willing to stick with a woman like Ray, why he would be willing to be with a woman who's got that anger and quick temper to a situation.
Help me relax, right? Instead, he aggravates the situation even more. And then he wants to insert himself as if he's my dad or something. And that pisses me off.
Pause. She said in this part, he doesn't help the situation. He doesn't bring me down from a 10 to a 6. Now, while I do believe that as a man, we have to make sure that we are part of controlling the temperature of the room and in conversations, or you should still have some regulation aspect where you regulate yourself and you know how to de-escalate. Like, don't get it twisted. I definitely believe that, as a man, we can play a role in making sure that, how do we handle affairs and situations? Yeah, don't get it twisted. We believe we can. But the reality is, why don't you have no gauge and responsibility over how you escalate yourself? You're a grown-ass adult. Why don't you have ability to, recognize that you need to be able to control your anger and your frustration. And then you complain and said he's acting like your dad in the situation. So which one do you want? Do you want him to cool you down like he should be? Like almost like a quote unquote like a parent? Or do you want him not to, or do you want him to act like a dad and not act like a dad, sorry. And that's confusion. That's the part that's confusion.
Why do I need to get you to like a 6 or 7? You're a grown-ass woman. You should be able to do that by yourself. If you can't handle yourself by now, then